What took you guys so long to get back? I like 2 years. What is this?
I
no,
wouldn't come out of my trailer
yeah, he's being such an ass.
for like years. I like developed like a whole cottage industry in there. I opened an Etsy store from my trailer, and they were like, "You've got to come to set." And I was like, "No, I have to finish bedazzling these birdhouses."
Isn't that the way it is?
That's the way it is. You got to have a backup plan.
What was that COVID time though? Was it really like being trapped on a ship?
I mean, the real pandemic, when we fell into the pandemic, we went into lockdown, I did suddenly think, oh, our show's suddenly way more relevant. And that was exciting. But I have no idea what it would be like to be stuck on a ship. Genuinely, I think it would be even more harrowing because you can't step outside. At least in the pandemic, you could step outside.
Where would you two fall in that group of people? I mean, you're the smart ones. You're the ones who have the answers. But where would you actually be?
Who do you think you'd be, Zach?
I think I'd be the same person I am on planet Earth, which is the one sort of unhelpfully radiating angst without providing much in the way of contributions, intellectual or otherwise.
And I think I'd be the one absorbing angst and radiating pragmatic, practical ideas, just like Billy.
Do you guys ever look at the characters and say, oh, I wish I could be playing that character instead of mine?
That's funny. I look at the other people and I think I wish I could be living that actor's life instead of mine.
I want that Josh Gad money is what I want.
That's right. That's right.
Amen. Yeah.
Amen. Don't we all?
Yeah. No, I think I don't know that I do that. I think honestly, and I'm so positive about this cast, but it really is genuine, which I don't know if that makes it easier to hear, but I can't imagine anyone else playing the characters. They're so every actor has made the characters so much their own that to me that's who they are now. From even just the styling of them, like the way that they look, the hairstyles and the clothes and everything. I can't imagine playing anyone else. And I do really love Billy. I like.
Do you really?
Yeah.
She seems so unappreciated though.
She's quite a bit of a bitch, but I really like her. She, I think she's her low tolerance and her kind of, she's got a drive that kind of I find fun to play, gets through a scene. And I'm very lucky that I play so much with Hugh, and he's very like easy to work with and gives so much that I love playing Billy.
Watching those two, watching Lenora and Hugh and Billy and Ryan interact is one of the great pleasures of being on that show. The sort of secondhand, the obvious mutual admiration and adoration between those two actors is so nice to be around. You know, that you fall into these little couplets on set sometimes, and like I feel like you guys just seem like such pals, and Hughes obviously thinks you're a genius because you are, and vice versa, you know, so it's really nice to be around.
Does Hugh ad-lib a lot though?
Yeah, I think everyone's kind of given license to and kind of encouraged to, and what's so nice is that the other actors are always ready to catch whatever you throw. So some of us are better at it than others. I will say that Zach is a master improviser, but I think it's definitely an environment where you're encouraged to bring as much of yourself and your as you like, really.
Hugh is also someone who has that like annoying British thing where when he's improvising, it sounds like something that is as eloquent and refined as something it would have taken American like a week and a half to write. Like just humbling from his mouth are these fully realized sort of poetic, acerbic things where you're just like, how does your mind synthesize that? So, I mean, he's just remarkable at it. He's so effortlessly descriptive, I think.
Yeah, and
It's all,
he can improvise with a pause. Like
Yeah.
he improvises around the words so beautifully. That's one thing I honestly I love watching him do. And then often it's stuff that I like in season 1, I'd watch it and I'd watch the scene and I'd be like, he's like, I only see it when I'm watching him on screen. He's just, I don't know if that makes sense to improvise around the words, but he's basically telling story all the time and making more of whatever the script is, always, I think.
was there ever talk that you would use a British accent?
Me, no.
Why
No.
not?
I don't know. Billy was American. I think because there was something about the crew being cast by Judd, and that they're really a facade, the crew, that there was it felt like it originated in America in Judd's brain, so they were Americans.
You're
Also
giving us
well-documented.
the credit, right?
Yeah.
There's no British engineers also in the world.
We don't have, we haven't invented them yet.
I believe it.
Okay, so that makes perfect sense to me, right?
Yeah.
Zach, you've gotten to work with a lot of these creative geniuses who, you know, write and produce these things. What is there a through line through all of them that you go, okay, that's what it is?
I mean, it's a very boring answer, but I guess it's people who I think are funny and who I admire. I think a through line. I guess a lot of the people who I've worked with have this characteristic, which is that they have such keen eyesight about what makes people ridiculous, that when I'm with them, I feel slightly self-conscious because I'll hear my own voice differently in their presence, or I'll hear the things I say or the way I carry myself, because I know I can see from the scripts and the things they've made that they are so attuned to their antennae are so pricked to whatever is obnoxious, overblown, self-aggrandizing about people, that I'm so scared that if I say anything, and I'm sure I do constantly, that it will be sort of caught by those antennae. And so I guess I'd say the unifying characteristic of the creative geniuses I've worked with is that I feel self-conscious around them.
Do you see yourself in this mold like they want to put you in, where you know more than maybe you let on?
That you mean in the show?
In real life, do you say, you know, why am I not playing this kind of a person? Because you always seem to play very with it, or at least they know more than what you think they should.
Oh, that's interesting. I try not to consider the characters too much from the outside in and try to focus more on the inside out. Even in a comedy, I think like once you start thinking about your character's function in too much of an alienated way, then you can start doing shtick. Whereas if you try to stay just in the kind of mind of the character, it's less likely to get ham-fisted. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Sure. Would you both want to go on a trip like this, or you go, oh God, no, this is never going to happen?
It's not that I would want to go to space, but I would just want to hang out with the people who are going to space, these wonderful billionaires who are just so connected to the truest experience of human life. You know, these wonderful men who go up into space at enormous expense and seem to brag about it with no self-awareness. Those are, if I could just hang out with all the space tourists here on Earth, that's all I would ever ask for.
A cocktail party.
Well.
Exactly, a nightmare sociopath cocktail party. Yeah.
What did you say? Sorry, I overtalked you.
Oh, no, I was just saying that the timing of these billionaires going to space, I always think they have impeccable timing when they announce. It's like just when everyone else really wants to hear that.
And we want you to spend your money on those things that really make a lot of sense to the rest of us, right?
That's right.
It's like a warm hug.
Would you go?
Would I go? You know, the idea of a cruise never really appealed to me. I think I have a bit of a claustrophobic thing about being stuck somewhere, and then having inhabitable, surrounded by something where I can't leave. That doesn't sound incredibly fun. But then sometimes you do things just for the sound of it. Like a friend of ours was telling us yesterday that she went to the top of Kilimanjaro and she described how amazing it was, but she described the actual going up and it sounds horrific. Like it was a horrible experience, but she gets to say she did it. So it's kind of cool. I think I'd like to say I went to space. I don't know if I really want to go to space.
All I wanted for is the Christmas card, right?
There you go. You get up there, you take a little selfie, and
we're good. We're good.
That's the point. Yeah.
Hey, thank you guys so much, and good luck with this. And don't wait 2 years to do another season, okay?
No, we shall pass that on. Thank you.